Hello ladies and gentlemen, again for the Grave here, and welcome to Sakura Wars. This will be the new series that I'll be doing on the channel. And yeah, this is one hell of a game. First of all, if you didn't notice by the soundtrack for that opening scene, Jesus Christ, it is loud. Yeah, and the thing about this pretty interesting is it has a choice making function. It's such that you choose dialogue options for your character, and that affects your, I don't know, reputation, or perhaps rapport with the other people, and this affects certain quests you can get for them or stuff like that, which just unlocks, you know, unique quests and stuff. Like I said, it's not like changing the ending so much, but gives you more story, I suppose you could say. And obviously you can pick your dialogue options which make them, you know, feel good about you or bad about you, or doesn't change anything. So I'll be trying to get all the good ones I can, but of course I'll screw up, no doubt. That's pretty much a given. But regardless, let's just get into it. This opening episode will just be to do the intro, basically, which will be a lot of cutscenes. I'm gonna say the art style in like the cutscenes are actually pretty good.
大正19年、兵と東京、後に高馬大戦と呼ばれる史上最大の戦いが勃発。兵とパリ、ニューヨークの歌劇団はその脅威に果敢に立ち向かい、そして世界は救われた。彼ら勇敢なる歌劇団、その全員の消滅と引き換えに、それから10年の時が過ぎ、大正29年。
兵学校を出て念願の海上任務に就いたってのに、あの事件のせいで丘にさせにくい。特務官の艦長に任命された時は心躍ったが、短い夢だったな。ほんと冷めないでほしかった。まあ済んだことは仕方ない。気持ちを切り替えていこう。さて、今度の着任先ではどんな任務が待っているのかな。
A nice piece of engineering, that.
ここも随分と綺麗になったもんだ。前に来た時は10年前の戦いの傷跡がところどころ残っていたが、
Yeah, of course. You gotta rely on the subtitles to make sure you're reading them, because don't have a damn clue what they're saying.
さて、約束の時間までまだ余裕があるな。ちょっと辺りをぶらついてみるか。
People always say that. Oh, I've got some time before I need to be there. It's no problem, and then they end up being late because they waste too much time. And also, why is he walking around with those two swords? I'm just saying that seems dangerous in public, but those are some damn fine katanas you got there, especially that hilt. Like I said, the art style is great. Like that reflection is amazing of like those stained glass windows. But look at that. Perfect. And the shadows and everything. I gotta say, this is probably one of the a really great design, because you see a lot of games and they just think, oh, we'll just make the floor, you know, stone or whatever, and then there'll not be any reflections, and we'll just put a vague shadow in. But this, like, nope, we're going in for the full package right here. We're gonna make it very reflective, and so everyone's gonna reflect, which I think is, you know, a risky endeavor, but not one that I'm gonna complain about. But it of course means that they can only use a certain number of character models for this area, sort of thing, that they'll end up repeating and such, most likely, because they'll make enough, like probably like 100 or so, but they can't make unlimited numbers, because then of course it'll be impossible to animate reflections for all of them. But like I say, look at that on the floor, that is amazing. I love it. Okay, so we have a shiny thing here, a pamphlet. Grand Imperial Theatre, fancy name. It's a Grand Imperial Theatre, not just a Grand Theatre or an Imperial Theatre, the Grand Imperial. Got both of them, get a newspaper, just pick one off the rack and read it. Oh no, demon attack in Yokohama. Hope everyone's okay. It's got a nice harbour that actually, Yokohama. Ah, the Shanghai Combat Review. Ah, Shanghai. Yeah, these people, those guys from Shanghai doing everything. Like, does Yokohama not have their own or something? Just saying. Walk through them, that's probably a negative bit, you know, just saying that you can walk through people. That's probably for the sake of, you know, the way the camera is, that it phases through them so you can see where you're going and you're not blocked out by all the people. You there, young man. Why, thank you. Yeah, it's like, why does dinner plates? Wow. You're obviously a country boy who hasn't spent much time in the big city. I mean, why do you say that? I mean, even someone who's been to Tokyo before would probably still be amazed at this. I mean, like, if that was a real place in real life, I would be shocked as well, even if I'd been 1,000 times. I mean, look at it. This place is beautiful. A lot better than any, like, train station or airport or anything you'd find over here. I think everyone knows that, yes. Yeah, okay, that's nice. Oh boy. You say that, but I also, you know, I'm not entirely sure about what you're saying. That anybody here would lend a helping hand. I mean, I'm sure some people would, but we live in a world with demons and stuff, so we're gonna have to... And look, he's there again. Magic. About time, huh? Guess you really should have heard it earlier. I mean, what's all this commotion? Did you not hear that? Do you not see that? About maybe shouldn't have made the floor out of like marble or something, so it's like ice. Little girl scared, and managed to save her. Nice. Your mind demon, and total wipeout. Yeah, don't try and be a hero if you can't be a hero. And busted your shoulder, that's just great. Great job, Gamiyama. Really, you don't say. And he's gone. Magic. Like, how the hell do you move that thing so quickly that nobody sees it? And I like it, he's like, huh. Great. And where is swords? Yeah, from Shanghai, Tokyo. At least somebody recognizes what we did. Everyone else is like, oh yeah, those people from Shanghai, they're great. Dude, what about your swords? He totally did not pick them up. That's a safety hazard leaving them lying around. Someone could step on them. I mean, you have to be an idiot not to see them, but You know, just saying.
ここが新しい認知か。
Grand Imperial Theatre.
大帝
What
国
have we heard that before?
劇場
Grand Imperial Theatre is a theatre.
配置換えって一体何がどうなってるんだ。俺は
You
演劇なんてでき
questioning
ないぞ。
orders?
それとも大道具とかか
すみません。お掃除の邪魔なんですけど。
Can you not sweep past me?
な。失礼しました。
Is no one else in the way?
劇場に何かご用ですか？
私は帝国海軍少尉神山清十郎です。ここに来るように言われて。
もしかして仙人さん？嘘。
Oh, that awkward moment where someone recognizes you but you don't recognize them.
もしかして忘れちゃったんですか？ほら。
うわっ。もしかしてさくらちゃん、雨宮さんところの。はい。子供の時以来だから10年ぶりくらいかな。
Has it been 10 years? Oh, everything seems to be 10 years, eh? Like the
覚
flags.
えていてくれてよかった。
He didn't for a minute though.
俺も嬉しいよ。
WHIPS, great acronym. Yeah, so pick one in time limit. It's, I mean, sort of like, I don't know, Fallout or Skyrim perhaps. That sort of thing. Dialogue options and such, but to a varying degree. Obviously they're timed and such, so I guess it's probably more like The Walking Dead perhaps, or other Telltale games. Something like that, but Japanese. Yeah, if you don't decide within the time limit and not do anything, you'll just stare there blankly like, I don't know what to say. It'd be hilarious to see, but super awkward. And yeah, here we go, trust. Yeah, that's what they call it in the game. Rapport was probably a little strange. Anyway, so will increase, decrease depending on the action, such and such, and events can be triggered on trust. So yeah, you look gorgeous. Because how about a date? Like, what the hell?
何を言い出すんですか？いきなり。
素直な感想だったんだけどな。
Oh, just being honest.
恥ずかしいよ。
I like how he's actually sort of, you know, he doesn't get embarrassed in that he's, oh, nice cars. You don't pay me at all, yet.
神崎支配人。
神崎支配人。
あなたは神山清十郎君ね。待っていましたわ。私は神崎すみれ。この大帝国劇場の支配人をしています。
Nice outfit.
神崎すみれ。どこかで聞いたことがあるような。
ようこそ
Where did souls come from? They just appeared again.
歓
Magic.
迎いたしますわ。
I'm glad you are. I mean, it's a nice building you got there, like the flags and everything. And the whole marble pillar design. Beautiful. A fine piece of engineering.
神山清十郎。
Ooh, nice office.
飛び級で
What's my name?
海軍
Skipped a
兵学校
grade.
入校。卒業
Made
後
in Navy, served distinction across many regions. It's all looking up.
多数の武勲を挙げて
Numerous feats of valor, captain of coastal defensive, Marishitan, demon suppression. Good. Sounds like we're an important and, you know, powerful person. We've done a lot of good. We're a great commanding officer. Thank you.
優秀な仲間のおかげです。
謙虚ね。そんなあなたにお願いしたいお仕事があるのよ。
Scoring points with a modesty.
神山君、あなたは帝国歌劇団花組を知っているかしら。
帝国歌劇団。詳しく聞いてみるか。
What do I know about them? Like, I don't know, do I know? So, what is it? What is? And you're based in a theatre? That seems like a stupid place.
大帝国劇場。なぜこんな目立つ場所が本拠地なんですか？
Hey, it's a nice place and a pretty big building. You could build all sorts in here.
帝国歌劇団として歌い踊り
Yeah, so just take out the combat. Got it.
舞台に立ち帝都の人々
Ooh,
に
on
夢と
stage,
希望
huh?
そして愛を与えてゆく。それ
I
が
see.
花組のもう一つの大切な役目なの。
Well, that's a variety of task, being able to fight demons and such, and perform on stage in a
そ
theatre.
んな任務があるんですね。
What is the Flower Division?
花組と
Cool
は
name.
何でしょう。
花組は帝国歌劇団の戦闘部隊よ。
They're the combat arm
中核
of
となる部隊
the
です。
combat review. So, out of the combat section, they have the combat arm.
か
Got
つ
it.
てのような戦
Makes
闘
sense.
力はないわ。
Oh, it's sad to
悔しいけ
hear.
ど帝都の守りは上海
Yes, so the
歌劇団
people
に
from
頼っている
Shanghai
のが
have to
現
defend
状よ。
Tokyo instead of the people from Tokyo. Because people from Tokyo are too weak. Ah, that sucks. Must look bad in you, huh? And then finally, what exactly is the Imperial Combat Review?
何でしょうか。
帝国歌劇団はこの帝都を
Secret organization, huh? And you perform on stage. Got
秘
it.
密組織よ。
You say secret, but everyone knows about them. Is it just their identity that's
帝
secret,
都
I
の
guess?
平和を守り
Because they're not,
続けてきたの。
you know, by
ローマに対抗するための
inconspicuous.
秘密組織か。すごい話だな。
And then, never mind, don't care.
そういえば神崎すみれってかつてのトップスターの名前だったよ
What?
うな。まさか目の前のこの人はかつての帝国
Let's
歌
look
劇
at the
団
face.
花組の隊員。
She's like, yes, you realize
ここ
now.
からの本題。神山清十郎君、あなたに
My task
帝
is...
国歌劇団花組の隊長になってもらいたいの。
俺が隊長ですか。
The Flower Division isn't a ship, so I'm not sure about this, but I accept. You've got to be positive and strong about
了解しまし
this.
た。弱敗の身ではありますが精一杯
Got
努
to
め
be
ます。
positive.
いいお返事ね。期待
Yes,
しているわよ。
because when I first did this, I picked that. I'm not so sure about this, and she was like, I went through literally thousands of resumes. You can see them there on her desk,
これから
and you don't think you're good enough for this. I don't like your, you know, your hesitancy and such. So you've got to be positive and strong. Like you can definitely do this. Don't worry about it.
こちらこそよろしくお願いいたします。
新しい花組の初任務は
Oh, the World
世界歌劇団
Games,
大戦
huh?
に勝つことよ。
Sounds fun.
世界歌劇団大戦。
Should I know what that is? Like, yes, everybody knows what it is, you hermit.
詳しいことはおいおい説明しますわ。
Just keep it in the back of your mind, I'll tell you about it later, so
心に
for
留め
like the next, you know, however long it is until it is, you're going to be worried about what the hell it is exactly, and if you should know what it
了解しま
is.
した。
それじゃこの後のことは秘書の薫に聞いて
Your
もらえる
secretary,
でしょう。
who stood right over there, like, I say just speak to the person stood right over there about it instead of, you know, me just telling you about it.
花組の隊長として
Learn my
その職務のことを知
duties,
ってもらわない
roger
と
that.
ね。
はっ。
Camera controls, yay. Now we can look around and stuff. And we can walk and then run. Well, it's like speed walk or something, I guess. So we've got a fan. Ink on gold. Huh. Then we have some flowers. It is the flower division. So that makes sense. I'm out of here, bye. Oh, nice couch. Oh, sorry, sofa. Well, I mean, it is the Grand Imperial Theatre, so of course it's going to be a little flashy. I'm going to awkwardly walk over here.
神山さん、私は
Hajimemashite.
林道薫です。
Personal
よ
secretary.
ろしくお願いします。
Music's
神
changed
山
tone
清
now.
十郎です。こちらこそよろしくお願いします。すみれさんの秘書とはこの人とも
What was that camera pan? We've already seen her. I like how it has this thing where he thinks of it in his head, but obviously they can't have like the dialogue over each other, so it just shows him like sort of stood there staring and nodding to himself, and you must like, if that was actually happening, you'd look at them and be like, what the hell are you doing? Equipment should have been sent to you already. You mean this thing that I can't see because you're in the way? Yep, Teletron, got it. communications device, nice, but it can only receive. Oi. It's like a mobile phone. This message is a test. Got it. Definitely come in handy, it sure will. Only issued to captains. Oh, I feel special now. But I guess there are many other like me, so I guess I shouldn't feel special, because I'm not the only captain. Damn it. Understood. Yep. Got it. It's basically like the sort of menu hub, or items bar or something. Logbook. Yeah, pretty much everything's in here. Oh yes, these things. Basically, these are like, I guess they're sort of, I don't know, cards you can collect of the characters. They're actually sold in the shop in the game, and you can only collect certain ones at certain times and everything. But basically, they're sort of pictures of the characters who appear throughout the game. Obviously, I don't know the full extent of everything yet, but that is what I know. When I first saw that, I laughed my head off. Like literally the whole like changing the angle of the glasses, like the light does that little flick across it. It's hilarious. Got it. Gotta go and track them down. I understand. I'll try not to fail you and be an absolute mess. Alright, I'm out of here. Oh, should have been too bad it was an outward-facing door.
Sakura-chan.
That's gonna leave a mark. Eavesdropping. So you weren't eavesdropping, but you couldn't hear a thing, so it doesn't matter. Really just dump yourself in that. That means I'm important. Captain Kamiyama. Please don't. And really you didn't. Too bad for Marty or not. Oh yeah, so I get to call you Sakura because you prefer that, but you have to call me by my formal, you know, position. Well, let's go.
やっぱり最初に案内するのは舞台ですよね。他の隊員も誰かはきっとそこにいると思いますし。でも本当にびっくりしました。子供の頃
And boom, transition.
神山隊長とまた会えるなんて。
俺も同じさ、驚いた。さくらが帝国歌劇団に入っていたなんてな。
それはだって私の夢だったから。憧れなんです。私にとって帝国歌劇団は。
So you were the little girl in that little opening video who was saved by Sakura, which just happens to be the name you took on now. God train crew, don't settle for this though. I don't know which one it is actually.
女の子ばかりの舞台ですもんね。パラダイス。
いや、そういうことじゃない。
It's
冗談です。
ouch.
さくら。
すみません。案内
That was painful. Like, how is he supposed to know the flower design was all female anyway?
ようこそ大帝国劇場へ。
Thanks, but I've already been here for like, probably like half an hour by now. Let's go take a look, or I could, you know, not do that. Bye, no, I'm gonna leave. See ya. Goodbye. Just leave. Yeah, this is the shop. We can't actually like go in here yet because we have to like find out about that later. But yeah, that is store. Little girl jumping around there. Why are there just these people stood here? Like, what the hell are you doing? If you're not here to watch something or whatever, then get the hell out. I mean, it has got like a little restaurant over here, so I guess some people do come here to eat, but they're not eating. And also, where's the kitchen that this is cooked in anyway? As far as I know, there isn't one here. Weird. Whatever. Anyway, I'll just end the video here because, you know, it's got all those beginning cutscenes out of the way, and now we're going to start getting introduced to all the characters and everything. And it's also just sort of so I can do a little bit extra little research into stuff to make sure I get the right dialogue options down the line as much as possible, because getting ones that don't increase or decrease it are fine, I guess, because as long as it isn't decreasing it's okay, but I want to get them up as much as possible so we unlock all of the events and stuff that you can unlock. I don't know whether it has to be all of them or whether just a certain number of them, like if there's a certain percentage that you have to get their trust to, I guess. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, all the normal stuff. And let me know what you thought of Sakura Wars, because I definitely think this is interesting, because it's a lot like some of the other games I enjoy playing, but it's, you know, it's open world, sort of like Trails of Cold Steel is, but the graphics on this are even better than that. And also the whole choosing dialogue options and stuff is great, because obviously it means that you can actually control what your character says. Obviously there's only like 2 or 3 each time, so you're sort of limited on what you can say, but it does actually have an impact of how the other person will respond and such. And of course your character looks pretty cool as well. I do think it's interesting, and he's, I don't know, I always feel that the male protagonist of a lot of like anime games or just animes in general is always sort of either, I don't know, slightly perverted, or he's really immature. So like someone says something, he's like, oh no, and like gets all like blushes and awkward and stuff like this, whereas Kamiyama here is sort of, you know, chill about it. He's like, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. So I actually pretty like him, how he's like a mature and smart person, and he's, you know, been in the Navy and everything, so he's had a reasonable background. So while this isn't something he's familiar with, he's willing to give it a try. He's not just like, oh, I've never done anything like this before and he's magically good at it. He's actually been the captain of a ship and that for some time, so he's had a bit of experience in the commanding field and being in the military. So I do like how the character's actually been set up well, and it's a reasonable assumption to make that he might get a position like this. He's an extremely talented person, so they've chosen him to do an important task. But of course he had some sort of mistake or such, so people aren't very happy with him right now. So they didn't want to put him in an official, you know, public position or anything. So they just put him in charge of a secret organization and such. So yeah, I do like the story and the character development and all this other stuff, but yeah, anyway, we'll get to meet the other cast members of the Flower Division, and of course the Imperial Theatre's, you know, staff, and there's some very interesting characters, let me tell you. But anyway, I'll leave that for next time when we actually meet them. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you like, remember to like, subscribe, you know, the stuff I literally just said a minute or two ago and forgot that I had said for a sec because I'm a stupid idiot. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye.